There's so many of them.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
But then I always openly challenge people, if you even have my database, try to convert any one of those guys.
A lot of them are worried, oh, they'll take my work.
Yeah.
But like, if your work is good enough, nobody's going to take your work.
Yeah. I'm curious, if we're talking about business, in business, your nature, you're not very competitive. You're not very maybe you are, and maybe I'm misunderstanding, but for me, I've channeled this warrior, which is that drive, like going after things.
Yeah.
For you, I see, again, this is back to my observation earlier, where you're very cool, calm, collected, versus me, who's very like, let's get after it.
Yeah.
So talk about how that has affected your business in good or bad ways.
Yeah.
And then talk about why that's the way. Is it intentional, or is that just who you are?
I think again, when I was first starting out, I was in a lot of debt, left my company. But I was going out giving my cards to everybody. I'm like, hey, you know what, call me for an inspection. The more I realized, the more I asked for work, the less work I got. But the more people got to know me, my personality, and me without even asking for work, the work just started pouring in itself, right? So that was the biggest thing for me. For me, it's just, what's worked for me is just trying to be myself, even on my social media. Why be somebody else, right? So again, and also the knowledge, me working for another company has helped me quite a bit, right? So those are the biggest things for me.
Right.
Yeah.
For me, it's the exact opposite. Like I have to intentionally be cool, calm, collected.
Yeah.
But I'm like super competitive.
You know what the funny thing is? People always ask me, like, you have all these people working for you. They're gonna, aren't you scared that they're gonna leave one day? I'm like, not really. I left one day. Everybody has a right to leave one day, start their own thing.
Totally.
But I think I did them a favor. I helped them along the way. And, from those best wishes, I will get further ahead, right? I'm not worried about, because a lot of them are worried, oh, they'll take my work. Yeah. But if your work is good enough, nobody's going to take your work.
If you've built the relationships like you have already, then that style of business is never going to leave you.
Yeah.
Like as many times as I've worked with your guys, I would never say if they gave me a call and said, hey, Karn, we want to do an inspection, I'll be like, sorry, man, I'm loyal to Sahil just because of what he's done for me in the past, right?
Yeah.
And that shows.
And I think in any kind of work, if you have the drive, there's enough work out there for everybody.
There's no shortage.
No.
Especially the way when...
how many realtors are out there right now?
There's 20,000 agents
right?
in Greater Vancouver and Fraser Valley.
And how many one of those 1% realtors are probably out there? And they're putting on a lot of work themselves where
they are.
Yeah, there's quite a few of them.
There's so many of them.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
But then I always openly challenge people, if you even have my database, try to convert any one of those guys. I'll just give you $1,000 on top of whatever commission you earn.
Yeah.
And one person actually tried, and he got nowhere with it.
Yeah.
And I ended up listing the property anyways, a couple months ago.
Yeah.
It was pointless. It's fruitless. If your value is just brought on honesty and truth.
Yeah.
And you actually provide them the value that they need for them to have success in their life.
Yeah.
They're not gonna leave you. They'll always come back.
And the funniest thing is, let's just say if one of my guys did leave and he went after my clients or my database, how far is he going to get? And how far is he going to get with that kind of personality and attitude?
Yeah.
Right?
So this is kind of a layup, but not because it's meant to be a layup. It's a question I'm curious about. Home inspection, are you seeing the technology change around home inspection?
Not so much. There's drones now a lot of inspectors use for roof. Yeah. But again, if I'm inspecting a million, the houses are not even $1 million now, let's say a $2 million home.
Right,
would you want me to go on your roof, or would you want the drone to inspect your roof? Right, is
probably
the question.
You going on.
Exactly, right? So.
But I think I would trust both. I wouldn't know.
Again, you could use a drone for sure, but there are weather permitting, right? So again, if it's the amount of rain we get out here, if you're able, I'm not sure. I don't have a drone. I physically go up there, but again, at some point, I'm sure I'll invest in one. But for myself, if I'm buying a home, I'd want to go on the roof myself, have a look, rather than The drone, yeah.
Better when you see it and you touch it, feel it.
Yeah.
I'd imagine that helps.
Yeah.
See if it's wearing out, etc.
Exactly, yeah. Cool. Yeah.
Now again, through your social media, I've seen just the tools you use, and I hadn't seen that before, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And that might just be proximity because I know you and on.
It hasn't changed a whole lot. A lot of the software system has changed where we report our inspections, but tools-wise, it hasn't changed much.
The automation is getting better.
Yeah.
Especially with the reports.
Yeah. It all comes down to reporting, right? The way you report. So reporting, like again, knock on wood, it never had to deal with a liability where it came back to me ever.
Yeah.
But at the same time, if you have it, they've hammered it into us. If it's in the report, you report well, there's nothing going to come back to you, right? Mm-hmm. As long as it's in the report. If I say something, that's something out there, but it's not in the report. Like I can take you through a walkthrough and tell you it's there, but it's not in the report. That's still not going to stand because you never reported on it, right?
Right.
I have a question. Your branding, is that something, because I know when you were building, you had a big onus over your own branding.
Yeah.
Because I do remember your posts of your logo and the colors.
Yeah.
And you were taking votes, and I don't know if you listened to them, but I just remember.
Yeah.
Clearly. Was that something that you just channeled your creative side, or did you hire a team, or you just wanted to do it your own?
I knew what I wanted. I did obviously have like a graphic designer who designed my stuff, but again, I chose the colors, I chose the fonts, I chose the design.
It's purple and green, I think.
Yeah. So those colors is just because they stand out to me, and plus the company that I used to work for. The funny thing is, my color, like I built my logo system before I started for another company, and when I started for that company, mine and that company's color scheme was pretty much the same. So I just wanted to do something different. I just wanted to, have a different color scheme. I feel like the green and the purple stands out quite a bit.
Right.
So it was nice.
Is your approach to branding different now, or is it very much the same as what it was?
I think the branding comes with the person. To me, it's a lot to do with the person, how you carry yourself, how you carry your business.
For sure.
Yeah.
That's today they call that personal branding.
Yeah.
Personal brand. You are your company.
And that's the thing about home inspections. So again, I can, you can hire I'm not saying anything bad about McDonald's, but you can go to McDonald's, so I can get hired. Like it's, if you make a burger bad, it's not the end of the world, right? I'm not saying, it's not, but again, you could still get a job. You could still able to work with home inspections. Is you do a bad inspection and that can haunt you for the rest of your life, right? So because it's a person's biggest investment. So you have to really watch who you're hiring onto your company when you're doing an inspection, because it's someone's biggest investment of their life that they'll put all their earnings into it.